Welcome to the video review of Transformers Beast Wars the Second, Starscream and BB. Now this figure, or these figures, there are actually two figures here, are interesting. They're also some of my favorite vehicle figures from the early 90s. Early, mid, late 90s. The reason is because they're just so unique. These guys are actually repaints of the Dreadwind figure that was released here in the US during Generation 2. I never got a hold of that figure. I only saw it in stores once. But I went ahead and got a hold of this version. This is actually the Korean re-release of the same characters, and I have to say, it was worth every penny. This main figure is BB right here. He is the B-2 bomber, or the B-2 bomber. And then there's a fighter back here that's Starscream. Now in this form, he does have a giant Gatling gun here on the bottom. There are also 8 other missiles that fit right here, but my version of the figure, they don't sit too well. You plug them in and they'll just fall right out. So I decided not to have them in the review because, well, I don't need to deal with that. So we'll go ahead and get him converted into this figure. This BB figure is actually a triple changer, and to get him to transform into his second mode is to actually pull Starscream out. And when you do that, his wings automatically flip up like this, and then you come under here, rotate his cannon up to the top. You come right here, and first off, you gotta flip up these bits. You come in here and you flip out these treads, and there you have a little BB tank. His weapon, they're not really spring-loaded, as opposed to you just kind of hold it and turn and it launches the missiles, which is pretty cool. So we'll take the missiles and we'll just put them off to the side for right now. So here we have BB, and then we have Starscream. Now you might recognize this mold. Versions of this mold have been used for a couple of years now. In fact, the Starscream that appeared in Transformers Energon, or Super Link, used a variation of this mold, and the recent, I want to say it was last year's BotCon, with Skyquake, used a variation of this mold. These are his weapons, these are his guns, and believe it or not, these springs are actually pretty powerful. So we'll take the guns and just kind of put them off to the side. This is the first time this mold was ever used, so we'll just transform him here. Come in here, fold out what will be the arms, twist that around, and fold everything down, lock it into place, and here we have Transformers Beast Wars the Second, Starscream. We'll fold out the feet. And this figure is very, very cool. Unfortunately, the face is by no means anywhere near the same as the original Starscream. I don't even know why he's got a Predacon symbol and some decent light piping on the face. But it looks more like a Prime than anything else. I have no idea why that is. Posability on the head is very limited. As you can see, that looks much more like a Prime face than anything. Posability on the figure itself is actually pretty good. He's got plenty of posability here on the arms. Plenty of posability here on the legs. Unfortunately, the guns are so big and heavy that they do off-balance the figure a bit, but thankfully, the joints on this figure, even though it's a Korean figure, are nice and tight. So you really don't have to worry about it all that much. So now that we've taken a look at Starscream here, let's go ahead and take a look at BB. And BB was kind of more of his Starscream's BB wasn't too smart, let's just put it that way. So to start transforming him, we'll fold up the treads, come under here, and then unpeg the treads. And before we could fold these in, we actually have to come back around here and flip what the thing is, what's holding the cannon on, and fold it into the actual body of the figure. We'll do with the cannon. We'll play with the cannon more in a little bit. So we fold these legs in, and they do snap in, though I really have to be careful because the plastic in here is a little flimsy. Next, we're going to come back here and unpeg these intakes, which will enable us to fold the entire front of the figure. And while we're doing that, we'll pop the head up, and then pretty much see where the arms are going to come from. Here we go. So finally, for the cannon, we'll come back around here again. We will fold that open and then just rotate the cannon and snap it into place, and then we can close that. So here we have BB in robot mode. BB in robot mode is very, very top heavy thanks to this cannon. And unfortunately, my figure, these ball joints on his legs they're pretty darn loose. And thanks to his wings and all the other bits, he's really, really top heavy, so I have to lean him forward a little bit. Posability on this guy is kind of meh. I mean, that's all you're going to get out of the legs. The arms bend. He's very much a G1 figure, I would say. Posability on the head is practically non-existent. Like I said before, BB was more of the muscle of the group, of the two. He really didn't have much of a mind of his own, unfortunately. Even though I like BB, I just wish he was a little more stable. That's my main problem with this figure. But that could probably be fixed by tightening up these screws a little bit and adding some either glue or some nail polish remover to those joints to just keep him steady. Now, Starscream is a much smaller figure because, well, he can fit inside. And in the show, this was painfully evident, this difference in size. But even for the problems with BB, I still love this set. This is a great set, and if you can get a hold of it, I would. I've seen them on sale at BBTS for around $40, and I really do recommend this set, simply because it's a unique set of figures. Yes, we've had repaints and remolds of this guy, but it's still a really nice jet. They're both very, very nice figures, and they make great additions to your collection, especially if you're a G1 purist.